Hey guys, back with another video. A little bit of a series that might start up. I was thinking about it today, but I think Nintendo Switch, all I guess their first party games and their exclusives, I just feel like they're all for kids, children and babies at this stage. And that's not a hot take because I think a lot of people think that. But when I watched this Nintendo Direct, which came out today, or they live streamed it today, like over the past week, we've had four majors, including Nintendo. So we had the Sony State of Play, we had the Xbox Showcase, we had Summer Games Fest, and now we had the Nintendo Direct. And this was just such a hard watch. Like, other than like some of their third party titles and like a glimpse of like one of the biggest games of all time, which is Zelda Ocarina of Time, like they're remaking it, man, I don't know who like purchases Nintendo Switches at this stage. I mean, the price of the console is ridiculous. And I guess you're purchasing it for mainly their first party titles. And I think most people are going to be like, the trio of Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda. And there's Donkey Kong and everything scattered throughout there. I mean, that was like their big launch title for Switch. But it just seems like such a tough sell to me. Like you have Steam Decks, you have ROG Allies, you have all these other consoles, and they do have the capability to emulate. Not that that's legal or a good thing to do, but there is that on the same side. Like you can get in Australia a Steam Deck still from Steam cheaper than you can get a Nintendo Switch 2. And then you're sort of locked into the Nintendo ecosystem with all the stuff they've got going on, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this whole state of play, other than some of the third party cross platform titles, just goes to show, I mean, like what's playing now? Like everything down to the art style, the lack of violence. You, we all know what Nintendo games look like, Mario. Like there's some fun platformers. I'm not picking on anyone who, plays Nintendo. I just don't think its intention is really made for adult gamers at this stage. I think they, rely on a lot of nostalgia. Uh, as we get older, because we grew up on things like Nintendo 64 and Game Boys for Pokemon. But I feel like as these generations, sort of stop playing games, if they ever do, then we're sort of left with a generation that was never really grew up on these franchises. I think my prediction is like in 20 years, it's just going to be literally a kid's console. That or they're making the move to obviously all these third party cross platform titles. They push more into, the console space as a real competitor to what Xbox, PlayStation are really at this stage, and PC really, because handheld gaming now is a big thing too. And Nintendo went that way with the Switch 1 and Switch 2, and they always have really in the past with DS and everything. But I feel like they're going to have to switch at some point and really target that audience because I feel like, like, are we maining a Switch 2? Like, is anyone out there who just plays Switch 2? I know there are people, and they're not picking on them at all. But like, are people just like buying just Nintendo consoles and just playing Mario all the time and Pokemon? I mean, they can be great fun games. It's not picking on any of these IPs, but yeah, I mean, this is just a serious. I feel like I'm bullying people here. That's not the point of this video. It's just really to say that I think Nintendo is just purely made for kids. Um, Kids aren't playing Elden Ring like little children. They're not playing, uh, you know, violent games or anything. I mean, something like this even. They're playing Mario, man. They're playing Donkey Kong. Um, yeah, it was just a real eye opener. It was really tough for me to look at. Like, and Nintendo at one point was the cheaper console, but now they're like more expensive than PS5s and Xboxes. I just don't see the appeal in them. And I think you know, this Switch 2 generation has been very apparent with like the lack of first party titles. Now they got Ocarina of Time coming out, and you can see like that might boost sales for people to get back into it and retry like a game they played in their childhood. But I think, as far as predictions go, one day it'll just be purely if they don't take the direction of spreading out and accepting other titles, it's just going to be a kids console. And I wonder how well all the Marios and all these other things will eventually sell. I know they're pushing, in the cinemas, they're making Mario movies and all these things, but yeah, one of those things. Well, it's just one of those things, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Nintendo's are for kids, really? Like, I have a Switch 1. and I only got it for Zelda, and it was Breath of the Wild and and Tears of the Kingdom. And I just haven't touched it since. Like that thing collects dust. Like people aren't maining these consoles, are they? That's my whole thought anyway. And I just when I watch these things, I'm like, who is spending all this money on Switches? Like, are they extremely successful? Or Nintendo like a massively successful business at this stage? Like I don't understand how. Like who's buying all of these consoles? Just seems like a no-brainer to me to either get like if you're going handheld, get like a Steam Deck or something like that, which is cheaper than a Switch 2 here still for a 500 gig version. And you have the library access of Steam. Like that is a huge like there's tenfold more, way more games on Steam that you can ever play than you will ever be able to play on a Switch. So seems like a no-brainer to me. Let me know what you guys think. I hope I didn't upset anyone here. I'm not trying to bully anyone with this video. It's just a change my mind video. Anyways, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of what I had to say and the Nintendo Direct. I think it's smart that Nintendo are bringing across these third-party titles because I feel like what they have to offer is really not much at this stage and they sort of really need it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next one.